explains exactly what happens with those vaccines. And what I've gathered from all the reports is that the George Soroses of the world, the Bill Gates, everybody involved in this reset, so to speak, and the Holy Father is their spiritual leader. I don't hesitate to say it because I'm not revealing anything that hasn't been all over the news and the Vatican and every place else. Is that they want to control the world population, completely have this under their control. The world population is too big. And so this COVID vaccine has been invented to eliminate us, to kill off a great percentage of the population.
Pope Francis is one of the most hated men in the world today. Those who hate him most are not atheists or Protestants or Muslims, but his own followers. This is the Pope who informed his flock that relationships with Jesus are dangerous and harmful. Breaking with centuries of Christian tradition, Pope Francis sparked fears that he is an illegitimate pope with a sinister agenda when he told a crowd of 33,000 pilgrims in St. Peter's Square in Rome that a personal, direct, immediate relationship with Jesus Christ must be avoided at all costs. Pope Francis's inverted version of Christianity is confusing for many. However, the picture becomes clear when you understand who the pontiff is really serving. To quote French president candidate Marine Le Pen, Pope Francis is a globalist bulldog who is loyal to the New World Order. In 2017, Pope Francis called for a one-world government and political authority, arguing that the creation of a one-world government is needed to combat issues such as climate change. Speaking with Ecuador's El Universal newspaper, the Pope said that the United Nations does not have enough power and must be granted full governmental control for the good of humanity. Disturbingly, world religious leaders are also beginning to come together as one to preach from the same hymn sheet, instructing their sheep to accept the components of the New World Order's one-world government. In reality, the call for global government and one world religion by Pope Francis and other wealthy elitists has nothing to do with lifting up impoverished nations or saving humanity. Such a government would instead guarantee global wealth inequality, global surveillance of the kind promoted by Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum, and a world run by the exact corrupt interests who use the pandemic to consolidate wealth and power worldwide.
There's the real story. Now you're getting into mafiosi. Now you're getting into the fraternal orders of Freemasonry out of Europe, Knights of Malta. Now you're getting into the organized crime, Sicily, Corsica, and all of the profound drug running, white slavery, murder for hire, Vatican. I mean, even, what was his name, the producer of Godfather? What was his name? Francis Ford Coppola. And Godfather 3. Francis Ford Coppola and Godfather 3, the third one in the series, opens up with Michael Corleone being anointed by the cardinal in New York to be a member of the Knights of Malta in the Catholic Church in New York. What is he telling you? The connection between the Vatican, the Holy Father, there's nothing holy about the Holy Father.
From the moment that Cardinal Jorge Bergoglio became Pope in 2013, prophecy experts took to the airwaves claiming that the new Pope is Peter the Roman, the fulfillment of the prophecy of St. Malachi, and that Francis will be the final Pope and the end of the world. According to St. Malachi, an Irish saint who has correctly predicted the past 111 popes ahead of naming the 112th Pope, Peter the Roman is the Antichrist. Doomsday fans have found ways to link each phrase to a corresponding pope through the centuries. That includes John Paul II, who is associated with phrase number 110, from the labour of the sun, because he was born on the day of a solar eclipse and was entombed on the day of a solar eclipse as well. Benedict XVI, number 111, is supposedly Glory of the Olive, because some members of a branch of the monastic order founded by St. Benedict are known as Olivetans. Then there's number 112. According to St. Malachi, in the extreme persecution of the Holy Roman Church there will sit Peter the Roman, who will nourish the sheep in many tribulations. When they are finished, the city of 7 hills will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge his people. The end. So how does Peter the Roman link to Pope Francis, who was born in Argentina? His parents were Italian immigrants from Rome, and his birth name contained the name Peter. One theologian, Michael K. Lake, is quoted as saying that Catholic and evangelical scholars have dreaded this moment for centuries. The world is now at a tipping point with a fierce battle raging for the soul of humanity. The globalists and their technocratic dreams of totalitarian rule threaten to consume humanity and destroy civilization as we know it. It's clear whose side Francis is on, and we haven't even covered the paedophilia scandal that's rotting the Catholic Church from the inside out. We should keep a very close eye on this Jesuit Pope during these pivotal years.
Last night I punched myself in the face. So hard, so repeatedly in my privileged, pink-skinned face that I finally broke through. I've destroyed my spirit. I killed my soul. I finally woke. Last night, I punched myself in the face and fractured my knuckles for the hands I never extended or the punches never thrown, for the guilty masturbations when I was alone, or the mutual jerking off with another on the phone, or the skin-on-skin reality where beauty can be born, or the countless lives removed which we all refuse to mourn.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.